What's up, ADOS and our allies? You know who it is. Angela Nirvana, your hostess with the mostest on the Friends of ADOS TV channel, bringing you those ADOS hot topics. And yes, today, family, we got to talk about those COVID-19 restrictions and the pivot. Because we are ADOS family, we are rising from these ashes like the phoenix we truly are, family. Yes, we are. We can't just lay down and roll over during an election cycle. How we look doing that, family? That's not what we're made of, family. We have the ancestors' DNA coursing through these veins, family. And just like them, we will find another way to get this done, family, right? And we need to talk about that today because it's serious out here. We got folks trying to co-opt HR 40 and make it an international giveaway. We will have none of that, family. Oh no, we're not going to have it. We're here, and we have the gate up around our specific repair. And we got to talk about this, family. So while you file on in and start your watch parties, I'm going to play you a little bit of MLK Jr. over top this amazing music by my extremely talented brother, Robert Sanae, S-A-N-A-E, if you want to find him over at CD Baby and Show Your Love, family. He is all of that. Yes, he is. Let me bring up some MLK Jr. to help you understand and stay clear on why we must pivot, why we must come up with a plan B in response to the COVID-19 restrictions, which basically tells us that we've got to quarantine for 14 days before we can even march. Okay? Here's MLK Jr. Let him speak on it. And then we'll start the live, okay? Well, we'll continue with the message for today, which won't be but about 15 to 20 minutes, okay, family?
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today, many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is a reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Yes, family. We're coming for that check. Come on in. We got 1 minute, family, before I shut the music down and get into today's discussion so we can all be on the same page, family, and get in where we fit in, right? The gate is up. Thank you so much, family, for joining the live. Like I said prior, I'm not going to keep you long. I just need to have this conversation with you because the COVID-19 restrictions have come into play. And it forces our hand to pivot because we don't want ADOS to come in from all over the country like I was intending to fly in with my daughter from Los Angeles. But I can't take 14 additional days off from work in order to be in place for the march. So me and the illustrious organizers have come up with a plan B that we believe will be just as impactful on a local level. For those of you who are unafraid of COVID, for those of you who have built up your immunes, you're hydrated, you're well rested, and you intend to wear your mask, we're still going to proceed on August 28th at Al Sharpton's March, the National Action Network. So it's definitely going to be on a smaller scale. And we're definitely going forward with our plans to do a local rally inside of the National Action Network's parade. Now, we don't know what size that parade will be because just like we've been impacted by COVID-19 restrictions, so has Al Sharpton. So everything we do from this point forward will hinge on what Al Sharpton does. And as I mentioned prior, it is up to you guys locally to connect with the ADOS in DMV. That's ados-dmv.com to be kept apprised of any and all updates and how you can get involved if you so choose. I really didn't want this to be something that local support would be shut down from. I really want this to be used as an opportunity to help grow ADOS-DMV because there's another DMV, but this is the specific ADOS-DMV, and I believe it is a wonderful opportunity for those of you who are not afraid to come out and rally with us to meet some of the fearless leaders on the ADOS-DMV team so that you can learn who you can collaborate with to pick up bricks and to continue this fight, because this fight will be forever, family. Right now, one of our organizers was on a call with Sheila Jackson Lee in Cobra and NARC, and they clearly have co-opted our whole entire reparations claim with international initiatives. Okay, this is why they're sitting up with this number of 62 quadrillion. They want to include everybody in Africa, whether they sold us into slavery or not. They are talking about Black Hispanics, Black immigrants, the whole 9-yard family. By the time we get a check, it'll be dwindled down to $20. So there's lots of work to be done, and the ADOS-DMV could absolutely use your talents and your gifts. Please reach out to them at ados-dmv.com. But these challenges are real, and they're happening in real time, and we're being replaced. It's real clear that we are no longer the largest population here in this country. Hispanics now outnumber us, and they're becoming more politically engaged and getting more seats. They've even got the CBC championing their causes. And so now more than ever, it's time for ADOS to rise up and to claim what is rightfully ours. We want to put a gate up around our reparations. It is so imperative that it doesn't get watered down. It doesn't get lost in translation. I'm going to bring you a future show dealing with how Indian repair became $5 white Indian repair, while the Cherokee and Seminole Indians are still waiting on repair. So there's much to not only do in the moment to actually get reparations, but we've also got to teach our young how to hold on to the reparations and make sure white folks, Asian, Hispanic, and all these other groups don't shoehorn their way into what is rightfully due the American descendants of slavery. So it doesn't stop with us. We've got to really be in all these spaces all throughout the country doing this critical work to guarantee that we're able to give our children and our grandchildren and great-grandchildren the wealth they are owed. The ADOS is seeking trillions over multi-generations. We cannot have that co-opted by a plan that tries to include everyone while leaving us as the bottom caste, as the legs of the table everyone else eats from. So the stakes are high, and this is why we have to continue rising from these ashes, like the phoenix we are, to guarantee we have a presence within the National Action Network and Black Lives Matter March. So for all of you who are brave and who have strong immunes and are hydrated and well rested, I'm asking, I'm not putting this on anyone. I'm taking full ownership here of asking you to visit ados-dmv.com to assist with their efforts, because they will be out there. And we've already gotten our signs figured out. We just got off a very important call to scale it down. But understand this, family. A roadmap to Reparations March will be happening. So please stay tuned and know that the only way we cancel the rally is if Al Sharpton cancels the rally. Because before I leave you with prayer, I want to remind you that white people share $100 trillion, and 90% of Blacks in this country that are ADOS share $700 billion. Okay, we cannot close a $99 trillion wealth gap by discontinuing purchase of Jordans or hair weaves or acrylic nails. You can't close a gap that egregious when you're only worth $700 billion. There's just no way, unless you were worth the $100 trillion. So as you all know, we are not. And as you all know, and I'd like to remind you that we are responsible for all of the wealth you see in this country, and I would venture to say the world, but definitely this country. When cotton was king, I think outside of all the other things we farmed, it amassed around $42 trillion. So we are owed a huge debt, and we need your help in Washington, D.C. on August 28th. Visit ados-dmv.com for more information and how you can get involved. Okay, family? And with that said, I'm going to close us out with our prayer of protection, that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever ADOS and its allies are, God truly is, family, because you are the face of God. You are the voice of God. You are the body temple of the Spirit of the living God. Until next time, family, you go out here in the world and remember who you are, what you're made of, and you make it a beautiful, God-inspired rest of your evening and work week. Remember, I love you Black. I love you strong. Ciao for now, family. Take care.